This video will show you how to format components on a dashboard. In particular, how to format the display of data on a dashboard. To add formatting to a dashboard, first select the Dashboards tab at the top, and then locate the dashboard that you want to format. In this case, we'll add formatting to a dashboard called Sales Explorer. Open the dashboard for editing by selecting Edit from the dashboard menu. You can apply formatting to any component in a dashboard, and the procedure is the same for all. For basic formatting, you can use the buttons in the toolbar at top. For example, to format this text element, click to select the text element, and then change the font, change the size, and change other properties as desired. You can do all of this basic formatting simply using the buttons in the toolbar. You can use this same approach to do basic formatting for other components as well. But it's important to note that many components have more than one region that can be formatted. For example, this selection list has several different regions that can be formatted. If you click on the title bar of the selection list, then the controls in the toolbar will format the title bar of the selection list. For example, we can set the background color to orange. This affects only the title bar of the selection list. Similarly, if you select one of the cells in the selection list and then choose a formatting option from the toolbar, for example, a text color of red, this will affect only the formatting of the items in the selection list and not the title bar. The same is true for components such as charts and tables. To format, for example, the values on the y-axis of the chart, click to select the values on the y-axis, and then apply the formatting. The formatting that you specify applies only to the values on the y-axis. The buttons in the toolbar also allow you to perform basic formatting of data, that is, to determine how data is displayed. For example, the values in the crosstab at the bottom currently are being displayed using currency style. You can see that the currency style button in the toolbar is currently selected. If we turn off the currency style, then the values are displayed in their raw form. To insert commas into these values, you can press the comma style button in the toolbar. To add precision or remove precision, press the increase decimal or decrease decimal button in the toolbar. In many cases, you'll find, though, that when you are formatting data, you will need more flexibility than the toolbar buttons provide. For example, in the crosstab table, you may want to display these values with a dollar symbol, but without the zeros to the right of the decimal place. To create formatting that cannot be applied simply from the toolbar buttons, right-click on the data that you want to format and select the Format option from the menu. This opens the Format dialog box. The tabs in the Format dialog box provide all of the options that are available in the toolbar and many others. For example, in this case where we want to specify the dollar amount with a dollar symbol but without two zeros to the right of the decimal point, we can create a custom format. A format that includes a dollar symbol, but that does not include two zeros to the right of the decimal point. The hash symbols and the zero are placeholders for actual numbers. The hash symbols are useful mainly for placing punctuation into a number, for example, placing a comma at every 3 places, and also for controlling the rounding of fractional values. The zero symbol is useful primarily for padding out the number of places in a numerical value. Please see the documentation for more information about how to use these symbols to construct a numerical format. Note that in addition to specifying a custom numerical format, you can also select from a number of preset formats that are available. When you've specified the numerical format, press OK, and note that the data displayed in the crosstab now observes the specified format. You can use the same procedure to format numerical data in a chart, in a gauge, in a text element, or anywhere else in a dashboard. For example, to format the numerical values on the y-axis of the chart, again, right-click on the y-axis, select Format. Note that currently the chart axis is using a currency format, which is what we specified from the toolbar, but we could also specify that the chart use a more general numerical format and select one of the available options or create a custom format of our own. In this case, we can specify that the chart values should use a numerical format that represents the numbers in terms of millions. You can use the same approach also to format date values. For example, you may want to format the way the dates are displayed on this range slider. Note that there are no buttons in the toolbar that will help you do this. So again, you'll use the Format dialog box. Select the range slider, right-click, and select the Format option. Then select the date format, and either choose one of the preset formats in the list, or specify your own format using the available codes. For example, if we want the 3-letter abbreviation of the month, we can enter capital M, capital M, capital M, and if we want the 2-digit year, we can enter lowercase yy. For more information about the date codes that you can use to construct a date representation, please see the documentation. When you've specified your custom date format, press OK, and note that the range slider now displays the dates using the format that we specified. You can also use the Format dialog box to add a prefix or a suffix to text data. For example, to add the suffix group to the end of each of the text values in the category selection list, right-click on one of the values and select Format. Then choose the text format and insert the actual string value, for example the string educational, by using a 0 in curly braces. This is a placeholder for the actual data value. Then add the desired suffix, in this case, group. You can add a prefix the same way by placing text prior to the 0 in curly braces. In this case, all we need is the suffix, however, so we'll leave it like this, press OK, and this will add the desired suffix to all of the text values in the selection list. The other tabs in the Format dialog box allow you to specify many of the same properties that you can specify from the toolbar at the top of the dashboard. However, in many cases they do provide additional properties. For example, on the Font tab, you will find some additional font properties that you can set. On the Color tab, you will find additional color properties such as transparency or alpha. On the Border tab, you will find additional border properties such as the line style, and on the Alignment tab you'll find additional alignment properties such as vertical alignment. Note that you can copy basic formats from one component to another. For example, if you have created a new text component at the bottom of the dashboard and wish to apply the same formatting that you have applied to the top text element that reads Sales Dashboard, you can use the Format Painter button in the toolbar. Select the component from which you want to copy the format, press the Format Painter button, and then click on the component onto which you want to paint the format. Repeat to apply the format to any additional components. Click the button again to turn off the formatting. Note that this applies the identical format from the first text element to the second text element. For more information on copying formats this way, please see the documentation.